title of the show is Dual Visions. So here I'm exploring two different things. Like there's a contrast between realism and abstraction, but also there is, when you see my paintings, some of them over here, especially the ones right behind me, these are paintings that were very done before plein air, but then I took some parts of it and expanded it, so to speak. So what I'm trying to do is trying to make you or force you to look at something really close, up close, like almost magnifying it quite a bit, and then bringing you a painting. So you wouldn't think that this would be a night scene, but it is. It is actually a reflection of the lights. When we were in Italy painting this past summer, the lights reflected on the grass, and this is how it reflected. But when you magnify it and we see it, it comes out to be like this. So yeah, so that's what I was trying to. So dual visions have different meanings as well. Yeah, I'm trying to get certified as a Bob Ross painting instructor. So the reason why I am doing the two different styles of paintings is because I wanted to indicate a little bit of my thoughts on dual visions, like, you know, why realism is also as good as abstraction. So I really was very fascinated, growing up, as to how people painted very realistic looking paintings, and I always thought that it was so difficult to paint them. But then what fascinated me about Bob is that he has a lot of people all around the world sort of even following him post his death. And now that his paintings are selling for millions of dollars and he's at the Smithsonian, people are trying to figure out why did his painting instructions on classes, why did they soothe people, and why did people follow him so much, even to this day, even though he's passed on. So I want to reflect on these two things. My background is really not in art, it's actually in the sciences, and I did a lot of research in biochemistry at the molecular level. But when I turned 58, I started painting. I met Cecilia Brendel, a local artist, and she taught me how to paint in a clean way, especially the oil paintings. Because at that time when I did a class in acrylics, it didn't give me what I was looking for. And then she taught me how to paint the oils. But she's a realism painter, and I'm more of an abstract painter. And so once I got off from her tutelage, I started on my own, and I do a lot of things now. I do mixed media work, I do a lot of work on fabric sculptures I'm trying to tell stories of the contributions of Indian women here in Dayton by using their saris that they wore. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh, I just want them to look at the paintings and think about what are the meanings of, we all struggle to figure out the meanings of paintings. So sometimes for people, you can reflect on paintings in multiple ways. So for instance, like these paintings, they are, very small portion of a very big painting, but I magnified a certain scene and painted it large. And then there are certain paintings that I wrote out letters, like I researched all the religions of the world, and I wanted to figure out, okay, what are they teaching? Essentially, they're all teaching the same thing. In fact, a lot of the texts that people follow with certain religions are the same, the Old Testament and the Quran, etc. So what I don't understand and what I don't get is why do we fight so much? And I think people need to look into themselves and think about what is going on with us, So that's another way of looking. That's one of my paintings in here, is because I was so upset with the state of everything that's going on around the world right now these days. And I think we need to develop more tolerance and, be kind to each other, because our world is truly a gorgeous place. I just came back from Italy, and, these are my Italian paintings, and I just had so much fun. Next year I'm going to go to Venice Biennale and the Istanbul Biennale with my professor. And so I'm so happy to go and see and meet all these people from different parts of the world, and it's just so inspiring because everybody, all they want to do is just have a good home, peaceful place, and just put food on the table. That's all everybody wants, and they are just kind and wonderful. So I just want to, like, when they look at my paintings, I just want them to reflect on things that are different. Like, for instance, there are two other paintings that's kind of like in pastel-y and white. If you look at it, you will see that one of them addresses the environment. So what I did was I looked at where in the world there's deforestation. So I put those countries on this painting, and they are just little abstract shapes of paintings, but then I put them all together, and that's my thought of showing people that, okay, these are the countries where deforestation is happening at an alarming rate. And then there is another painting in which it's also very pastel white, but then there are two countries that are at war right now, and there are other countries that are kind of painted in kind of green and colors which are calming, but then these other two countries have a lot of red in them because of the bloodshed that's happening. But then there are sprinkles of blood in other places as well, because that's my way of saying that, it really does affect everybody else around the world. So please, take care of your world that you're in. They can reach me through my cell phone, which is listed on my website, which is www.hyacinthpaulart.com, HYACINTH, Paul, PAUL, art.com. My main idea of becoming an artist is I was trying to figure out what is it I'm trying to tell with my art. So one of the things I'm very passionate about is to figure out that people all over the world should know that art is a very important factor in taking care of their mental health, because mental health problems people are suffering from is 1 in 7 in the entire world, and in the US it's 1 in 4. That's at a very alarming rate as far as I'm concerned. And one of the papers that I read suggested that a country invested more in art and their mental health burden came down by a whole percentage point. So I like to study this thing, and also the impact of color on our general health and well-being. That's my scientist in me that wants to study this.